We tracked every calorie and macro we ate for 10 years. Here's what happened. For some people, counting calories and macros may seem like a lot of work, but as we've learned over the years, it is usually the missing piece of the puzzle in order to fully realize your buff physique. In this video, we're gonna be going over the top grocery items, the meal plan, and the macro splits, which help turn Brandon into a god. Literally.
I'm on my way to the grocery store, and what I'm gonna be doing is buying the foods that help me win my first bodybuilding competition. Something, by the way, that I did completely naturally at the age of 42, and I have to say, it's a diet which has been life-changing. But I also don't wanna leave out anyone who may not know exactly what calories and macros are. So to help fix this problem, I have spent the last week working on a 60-second song to try to explain calories and macros the best I can, and I'm calling it, What's a Calorie? I hope you enjoy it.
What's a calorie? It's a measure of energy. Every food you eat has a caloric score, giving your body power and so much more. This core idea you gotta grasp. Calories come from macros for every single task. Macros are the source, the three big guns, where all your body's energy runs. Protein, carbs, and fats, and sometimes ethanol. They come from stuff like meat, bread, nuts, and alcohol. Protein repairs muscle and makes them grow at 4 calories per gram. They're anabolic ammo. Carbs are quick fuel for your brains and brawn. At 4 calories per gram, it's an energy autobahn. Fats are for hormone and vitamin absorption. 9 calories per gram, it's dense in proportion. Ethanol is a central nervous system depressant. At 7 calories per gram, its uselessness is incessant. Now, how to find your perfect zone? Calculate your TDE on your cell phone. Weigh your food and be consistent. You'll never see change if you're not persistent. So know your grams, know your fuel, and don't you forget, buff dudes rule! Yeah!
The title of this video is no joke. I have been tracking my calories and macros since I was 19 years old. So I just want to quickly go over why I started and how it helped me achieve some pretty cool goals. Now, I started tracking calories and macros due to competing in a bodybuilding competition at 19 years old. And I even have some of my old diaries from back then. And as you can tell, it's very basic and was more focused on calories because I didn't really have a good idea of what I was doing. It was all just trial and error at that point. But there's one thing I did know. Protein was good for muscle growth, so I ate a lot of it. And it worked. After my competition, I quickly began shooting for fitness magazines like Reps and Muscle and Fitness, and started to get a better handle of how to manipulate my calories and got more precise on my macro split for the best results. And because of this, my confidence started to rise and I began dreaming of bigger things. I made a goal of one day making the cover of Muscle and Fitness magazine. Now, unfortunately, I didn't achieve that goal, which was a lesson that you might not get everything you want. But little did I know, this path would lead me down to something even better. Because of the fitness work, I got a commercial agent and got sent out for castings that needed a buff dude for the role, and apparently, I was a perfect fit. I got cast as Kratos in the God of War Ascension trailer, which was an amazing experience. And later, I was cast as Mario in 2 separate commercials, which I flew to Japan to shoot. Now, I'm not saying all this to brag, but instead I wanted to give an example of how something so simple as starting to track my calories and macros eventually led to some pretty cool stuff. Now, obviously, not everyone has a goal of fitness modeling or commercial work, but regardless of what your goal is, taking the time to care for your body and having the confidence of knowing that you can be the best you can be can eventually bring you to new heights. And of course, we also started Buff Dudes. Me and my brother Hudson made a goal of making an awesome fitness channel, and I gotta say, after these 12 years, it's been an amazing experience, and it really all started with just counting calories and macros and trying to build an amazing physique.
Oh, well, that takes care of the daily groceries, except for the protein. If only there was a way to get that extra little bit in a convenient form.
There is. Ha! Introducing David, a protein bar that redefines what's possible.
28 grams protein, 150 calories, and 0 grams sugar. That means over 75% of its total calories come from protein alone. David isn't just another protein bar. It's the future of protein. This is exactly what I've been missing in order to achieve my perfect macro split. Enjoy free shipping on your first order. Try David today.
Muscles are made in the gym but revealed here in the kitchen is a very powerful quote to me, because that's the mentality it took for me to realize that was the missing piece of the puzzle that I needed to finally see my physique come into focus. And unlike Brandon, who really was a machine from about the age of 20 to 30, he still is, but during that period of time, it is no joke. He literally tracked all of his calories and macros. I remember many nights going out, we were with friends, maybe we'd have some pizza, beers, whatever, and every time he was like, no, it doesn't fit my calories and macros. And as you could see earlier from what he said, he was rewarded handsomely for that. Now, I can say I've tracked mine for about 10 years as well, but it's been more intermittent. But I was very happy with the fact over the course of the past 5 months, I rigorously tracked mine, and I was able to win my very first natural bodybuilding competition. And I have to say a big part of that was thanks to many of you who motivated me, who gave me very kind words of encouragement. And as a way of saying thank you, I've designed my exact routine I used eating-wise in order to win my competition, and I've included it as a free PDF in the description of this video. So download it, print it out, and use it as I have, maybe not for a bodybuilding competition, but really just to help get into the best shape of your life. And as you can see here, these are the meals that I've used over the course of that 5 months to get into that shape. Really simple stuff. I'm a big fan of single ingredient foods. I did a natural testosterone boosting test about a year ago in which I really tried to focus on foods whose claimed benefits was boosting natural testosterone. And I've kept those as a staple of my diet ever since, because I strongly believe they're extremely beneficial. And some of the things that I have to say in regards to calories and macros is, number one, don't be scared of it. A lot of people think, oh man, that's just one more thing I gotta do, and I don't have time for that. And the great news is, you don't have to make it a daily thing that you're gonna do until the day you die. It's just a really great way to find out where you are. Because through our lives, we've met so many people and they go, well, I'm eating enough, or I'm getting enough protein, and we say, really? Well, why don't you try tracking it? And they come back to us and they go, oh man, you're right. I was only having 60 grams of protein one day, 200 the next. I was having 250 grams of fat one day. My carbs are way too high. So really the way I look at it is you can reach your destination without counting calories and macros, but it's a really great flashlight, map, and an overall aid in order to help you reach that destination much faster, which with a much clearer idea of where you're going. So in regards to quote unquote diets, I would say calorie and macro tracking is hands down my favorite of all time. You can do it whether you're keto, carnivore, vegan, it doesn't matter. All you're doing is keeping track of what you're putting into your body. And for me, it's been extremely beneficial. That wraps up our 10-year calorie and macro journey.
The video might be wrapped up, but our journey is going to continue because we are going to still count our calories and macros because it's done wonders for us and it continues to. These abs didn't get chiseled out of stone. They actually got chiseled from counting my calories and macros.
He's an actual Greek statue god now. This is peak calorie and macro tracking. This is what the other guys don't want you to know about.
This is what happens. Actually, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe we should say this actually doesn't happen. No. We applied makeup, and Brandon's gonna be taking this off with a scrub for the next 6 hours in the shower.
Yeah.
Let's all pay our respects in the comments section.
Yeah.
And until next time, stay buff.